another video. My name is Alizea and I'm your favorite black transsexual. We'll get up into the big part, whatever. I'm back. How y'all doing, girl? You already know what this black transsexual is having to do, girl. I'm having to push out this content for y'all, girl. Boom shakalaka. Today's video is a little bit different, girl. Today I'm bringing back my story times or whatever, girl. And this story time is a little juicy, girl. I guess it's gonna be about, you know, a failed relationship, a failed talking stage. I don't know what you call it or whatever, girl, but buckle up. Before we get into today's video, girl, I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe because you will never find another black transsexual like me. Hello. I'm beautiful, you're beautiful. Get up into the big part, whatever. Go ahead and lock in on myself. So, y'all, I was talking to this one guy or whatever. We're going to call him Queen or whatever, girl, because he very much gave sugar foot or whatever, right? So, I was talking to Queen. I ended up meeting him off a dating app or whatever. Let's, you know, cut to the chase or whatever, right? I met him off this dating app called Tammy or whatever, right? Usually, I don't take any guy serious. Usually, I'm not looking for a relationship, but, you know, I've been so bored with, you know, the sneaky links and, you know, going to Pound Town every 5 minutes. I'm like, girl, sometimes maybe I just need to slow down, if you get what I mean, right? So we ended up matching or whatever, right? And, you know, he ended up texting me. He's like, you know, I'm kind of not looking for, you know, a sneaky link. I'm looking for a relationship. And I was like, you know what? I'm bored. Maybe I want to be in a relationship. So I was trying to give it a shot or whatever, right? So, you know, we ended up starting to text or whatever, me and Queen or whatever, right? He wanted my phone number, so I ended up giving him my phone number. So we ended up going back and forth or whatever, right? You know, the conversations was good or whatever, right? And, you know, me, I was like, you know what? I'm going to really entertain this boy. So I ended up, like, ghosting y'all because I was like, you know what? I really want to take this thing serious. So I took a guy serious for the first time, right? So I usually don't like giving guys, you know, my, how do I say this? I usually don't give guys my heart. I usually don't give guys my feelings. Like, I don't catch feelings for anybody, right? And so he ended up, you know, really getting, you know, my gears going or whatever, right? And so one time he ended up texting me. He's like, do you want to talk on the phone, right? So, you know, I got on the phone with Queen or whatever, right? I ended up not doing a live stream that night because I was like, girl, I'm going to be talking to him for a while. So while we were talking, he ended up telling me what job he worked at, y'all. Guess what job he worked at, y'all? He worked at McDonald's, girl. Somebody called the laws, right? So he's telling me he worked at McDonald's or whatever. And I asked him, I'm like, so what are your goals and aspirations in life? Like, what do you want to do with yourself? You get what I mean? He was telling me how he wanted to be a cook, how he wanted to be a chef, how he wanted to own his own restaurant. I'm like, that's what's up. You know, so how are you going to do that? Like, what are you doing to get there or whatever, right? Mind you, I'm going to give y'all a little rundown. So, dude, he's like light skinned. He wears glasses or whatever, right? And to be honest with y'all, he was out of the closet. He's not a DL. Before y'all be like, oh my God, are you talking to a DL guy and trying to take him serious? No, I ain't that stupid, girl. I ain't that stupid, baby. I'm dark skinned, I'm black. I ain't that dumb, girl. So he was also like 22 or whatever, right? So I'm asking him, I'm like, so what do you want to do with your life? Like, you say you want to do that. How are you going to, you know, get there? He's like, well, I'm going to try to look for more jobs and stuff. I'm like, so do you want to stay out here in San Antonio, right? He's like, yeah, I want to stay out here in San Antonio. That was red flag number one because me, I don't want to stay out here in San Antonio. I want to do more with my life. I want to see what's out there in this world. You get what I mean? So, we ended up talking for like a couple more hours. We were on the phone for like 3 hours. I'm not going to lie, right? And so I ended up starting to get bored because I'm going to be honest with y'all. When we were talking, like it would just be so dry in my opinion. Like, yes, the conversations were going and going and going, but I feel like I had to keep the conversations going. Like, you know, I had to just keep adding on. Like he never added on. Like he'll ask me, oh, so, you know, what do you want to do? And I'll tell him what I want to do. And after, you know, I get done telling him what I want to do, it'll be silent on the phone. I'm like, oh my God, this man is boring, right? And so I ended up telling dude, I'm like, you know, I'm kind of getting tired or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm kind of getting tired too. So I initially wanted to stay on the phone with him. I'm not going to lie. I told Queen I wanted to stay on the phone with him for a little bit longer. But he was like, no, I got to go to bed or whatever because I got to go to work. I'm like, okay, bet. So he ended up going into work, y'all. Mind you, he's at McDonald's or whatever, right? And y'all, he's a shift lead. I'm like, oh my God, somebody called the laws, literally. So, he was, doing his little shabam or whatever, right? And he'll text me every single morning, every single night. He'll be like, good morning, good night. He'll be like, oh, hey, beautiful, da 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 da. Like, I tell guys all the time, like, I don't like people calling me beautiful. I don't like guys in particular calling me beautiful. I don't know. It doesn't get my gears going. It really makes me feel creepy because I get that all the time. Like, say something different. Like, just be like, oh, hey, Blackie. Like, that gets my gears going. Like, call me Blackie. Like, call me Shaquita. Like, yes, girl. Get up into the homosexualness. Bada bing, bada boom. So, bada bing, bada boom. We'll be texting on and off here and there or whatever, right? We've been texting for like 3 weeks now. I'm like, oh my God, I never texted a guy for this long, girl, right? So we ended up finally getting ready to go on our first date or whatever, right? So we were going to go on a date or whatever at like the San Antonio like river walk or whatever, right? I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but if you do, you know what I'm talking about, right? So we wanted to go to like, what is it called? We wanted to go to like a coffee shop, but this guy didn't even notice that the coffee shop's closed at like 5 o'clock. Like, girl, I've been off the whole day. You just finally get off. You should know this by now. You've been here for like how many years? Your whole life, and you don't know that coffee shops close at like 5 o'clock. I'm like, girl, this is ghetto, right? So that's when we went to the river walk or whatever, right? So we finally get there. And mind you, I'm looking for dude because dude is lost. We ended up trying to go to Dave & Buster's. Luckily, we didn't go because, girl, I was kind of broke. I'm not going to lie, girl. I ain't got that cute coin to be spending like that, girl. Bada bing, bada boom. I finally meet him or whatever, right? And mind you, dude was on the other side. I'm like, oh my God, this guy is so ghetto. Like, this is so ghetto. Why are you all the way over here when Dave & Buster's is right over here? And I'm asking, I'm like, do you not know where you're going? And he thinks I'm playing. I be so serious when I'm talking to people. I'm like, this is ghetto. Like, oh my God. So we ended up finally meeting each other. I ended up giving him a hug or whatever, right? And so while we're walking, I kind of get nervous when I'm walking in public with people, especially guys, because I feel like the world is talking about me. Like, I know the world is talking about me, like I'm trans, and also, like, hello, honey, like I'm wearing all these butterflies. Of course, people are going to be staring at us, right? And so I'm feeling uncomfortable or whatever, right? He's like, don't be feeling uncomfortable, like, loosen up, like I'm here, I really don't care. I'm like, okay, that gives me, that makes me happy or whatever, right? So while we're walking or whatever, right, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, we were just talking and talking and talking. There's nothing wrong with talking or whatever, but when the conversation starts to get dry, I get very bored and I'm like, oh, let's wrap this up real quick, right? So we were outside for like, I think 2 or 3 hours, right? We're just chilling or whatever, right? I want to give him a kiss or whatever, right? So, I tried to give him a kiss and he's like, oh, I don't do kisses. Red flag number 2. I'm like, oh, you don't do kisses? I'm like, this is kind of weird. Maybe because it was the first date, I'm like, okay, yeah. But like when I went on a date with this other guy, we was kissing and smooching and it wasn't, sex. Like it wasn't all that. Like it was just cute and cute. Like it was just cute and casual. Like, hello, you can't just have a regular schmegular kiss. Like, hello. So after our first date or whatever, right, I ended up realizing like, hey, I really don't think I'm going to take this guy serious. And so I was telling him on our first date, I'm like, do you want to move with me in particular? I was only saying that because I'm like, I want to see what is he going to say. And he told me, oh, I can't move with you right now because I don't want to be a burden. And I can't move with you because I don't want to leave my family behind. I'm like, oh my God, you are such a baby. Like, girl, you're 22 years old and you don't want to leave your hometown. Like, girl, get a goddamn grip. And like, get up on your good foot. Like, hello, like, come on, do something bigger with your life, right? So after that or whatever, I realized I wasn't going to take him serious. So I slowly stopped texting him every now and again. Like, I'll text him, but I won't text him all the time, right? And so Queen, I guess he started to notice or whatever, right? And so let me get, the receipts out or whatever, right? Because this is where the tea gets real or whatever, right? So Queen texted me or whatever, right? And he's like, did I do something wrong? I'm like, no, you didn't do nothing wrong. I'm kind of busy or whatever, right? Because I was busy. Like, the only times I'm free is like Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Those are the days that I'm off because like I get stressed out and, I need my days off because I work 40 hours a week. Like, girl, I'm exhausted, right? And so he was telling me, well, dang, I can't even see you. You're about to go on vacation and stuff. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. You better come with me. Hello. Like, I don't know what to tell you, right? And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Let me sip my little drink. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. Me, I know I'm not all for I want to get down with the get down all the time, but sometimes Big Moose be purring and she wants to get her kitty cat demolished, right? So one of these days I was really feeling it. Like I haven't gotten, my Dooney's been in for a month and I haven't sat over here and reached the top of the mountain in about like a couple of weeks. I'm like, girl, I'm really feeling, corny, and I'm really feeling in the mood, girl. I'm trying to go to Sexy Red's favorite place. Hello, I'm trying to go to Pound Town, right? And so I was texting dude on that time or whatever, right? And he's texting me on that time, right? Me, I want to see it. Like, girl, yeah. So I texted him. I was like, hey, can I see your little princess one or whatever, right? Because, I'm feeling real moody or whatever, right? So he was telling me, he's like, oh, I'm a little shy or whatever. I'm like, oh, you're shy. Oh, this is getting, scary. So I asked him, are you like, circumcised? Like, cause I'm not gonna lie, being like uncircumcised, that's a turn off for me. I'm sorry. That's just such a turn off. I don't like uncircumcised guys. I don't know if that's too much information, but yeah. So he told me he was circumcised. I'm like, so why can't I see it? Maybe I was being intrusive. That's maybe my bad. I know y'all can let me know in the comments. I know y'all are gonna drag me, but I don't care, girl. I'm telling y'all my business anyway. Who cares? But yeah. So after that, he didn't ever wanted to send me it, so I really left him on scene. I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling it. I'm not gonna just go text somebody else like, girl, I'm not gonna go do that. I'm bored, right? So that's when I started to ghost him or whatever, right? Because I'm like, this is really not going anywhere. Like, I can't see you. And I asked him, I'm like, can I just go see you at your house? He's like, yeah, but you're going to have to be quiet and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't want to do that because I'm a loud person. I'm not talking about like, Sexy Red's favorite place. I'm just talking about in general. Like, when I'm around people who I like my family, for instance, I'm a loud person. I talk very loud. You get what I mean? And if somebody's telling me to be quiet, I shouldn't just be there. Like, I don't know. That's just a me thing. Like, I just need to be myself. Like, I love being my authentic self, right? So he ended up texting me Monday at like 9:30 in the morning. He said, good morning, Alizea. I never replied, right? So then he texts me again. He's like, I wanted to ask you something. Did I do something wrong? I really like you and I want to make this work. I've been in a situationship before, but I want a real relationship with you. I always felt like I didn't deserve someone to love me. I like someone to love me like I love them. I really want to see you again, which I saw it and I was like, yeah, I want to see you again. But then at the same time, like, where can I see you? Like, I'm so busy. You're so busy. I just don't think this is going to work out. And to also add my 2 cents in, I realized, like, I don't have time for people. I've been desiring a relationship, but I realized I really don't have time for people. I haven't taken YouTube and my social medias and my influencer bag and all that extra stuff. I haven't taken this stuff serious because I've been really trying to find a relationship. But I realized maybe a relationship isn't what I need right now. What I need to do is just focus on me. You get what I mean? And I realized this isn't going to work out. This just isn't going to work out. And so then he texted me again at like 11:30 in the morning. He's like, I understand if you don't want to talk to me anymore. So then I texted him at like 3 in the afternoon when I was going to work. I'm like, I don't think it's going to work out because, one, I'm going to move, and respectfully, I want someone who wants to grow. And to grow, you're going to have to want to have more. You're going to have your own apartment. And let me say this. He did have his own apartment, but he was sharing his apartment with his sister. And his sister has a fiance. And his sister's fiance or whatever the hell, like her fiance or his fiance or whatever you want to call it. The fiance, right? He's like a bad influence or whatever, right? They don't even take care of the kids. So all that stuff will fall onto him. I'm like, I don't want a man to have to take care of somebody else's kids. Like, if this is not your kids, this is not your priority. Like, hello, you got bigger things to worry about. Like, hello. And I also said I want a man with a car, and I want a man to just take risk in life. Like, I'm not saying that you're not capable of that. I'm saying I'm moving faster than you, and I also want a title. I don't want to constantly talk to somebody if they can put a title on it. I don't want to just string someone along if I lost feelings for them. I want a guy who can carry a conversation. I want to talk. I want to play video games. I want to go to Pound Town every now and again. And I also want somebody who can relate to me. I love somebody who can keep a conversation. I don't know, love, this just ain't gonna work out. And So, I left it alone at that, right? So then he texted me and he was like, what? I have an apartment. I don't listen to anyone's rules besides my own. But there is more to a relationship than just having, Pound Town going to Sexy Red's favorite place. I got to keep it PG over here for y'all or whatever, right? And then he's like, you're never going to find anyone real, to be honest, but okay. And so when he said that, that kind of threw me off because it's like, I know what I want in my life. I want someone who's like me. Like, I want somebody who's a go-getter. I want somebody who to just have motion just like me. Like, I want my own house. I don't want an apartment. I want a house. I want to have property. I want to have assets. I want to have a net worth, honey. I want to be a trans woman with net worth. I want to be a trans woman with motion. I don't want to just sit over here working a 9-to-5 job for the rest of my life, living in San Antonio, Texas. I hate this place. I hate Texas in general. It's hot. It's humid. It stank. There ain't no guys out here. There ain't no trade out here. Baby, it stinks. It's just ghetto. There's no opportunities. There's no real jobs out here. Like, yes, there's jobs, but there's no real corporate jobs. There's no real opportunities for the things that I want to do. I want to be an influencer. I want to be a model. I want to be a TV host. I want to be on the TV screen. Like, I can't do that out here. And I realized if I want that, I want my partner to be in the same boat with me. I want my partner to have the same type of motion with me. And so when he said that, I'm like, what do you mean I'm not going to find somebody real? Like, what do you mean I'm not going to find somebody like that? Like, girl, I'm going to find somebody like that because you want to know why? I'm Alizea. I'm black and I'm trans and I'm beautiful, and whatever I desire, I can get. Whatever I desire, I'm going to get. I'm Alizea. I get everything that I want because I work for it. I work hard for everything that I own. I work hard for everything that I desire because this is my life and I'm going to put myself first. You get what I mean? So when he said that, I'm like, yes, I know a relationship is not all about, Pound Town. But for me, like me and my partner, like, girl, I don't know about y'all queens, but I'm down and dirty. Like, girl, sometimes I like to get to the get down, Like, sometimes I like to go to Sexy Red's favorite place. So I texted him. I was like, it's not this, nasty part I'm looking for. I'm really big on a guy who can keep the conversation going. Like, respectfully kind of boring on the phone a little. And respectfully, what's meant to be will be. I'm Alizea. I live my life for me. I want someone similar to me. Oh, girl, cut the cameras. Ew. But yeah, that's what I meant. Like, I mean that. Like, I want, something for me. Like, I want more. You get what I mean? And I mean this. Like, yes, I'm not looking for a relationship that just looks for, Sexy Red's favorite place. But I do understand that has to be part of the foundation. Part of the foundation is keeping the conversation going. That is the number one foundation. And he is so genuinely boring. And I realized I don't want to just carry the, conversation. I don't want to keep carrying whatever this situation is. And he looks over what I said. I want a title. He never put on the title and said, I want you to be my girlfriend. I want you to be my, partner. No, he just kept talking to me like, hello. If you want to take things serious, put a title on me. Like, hello. If you don't put no title on me, girl, I see a beautiful black man here trying to mess with me. Oh, hello. This is why, like, girl, I need to worry about me and I don't need to worry about no relationship because I know exactly what I want. And these guys is just not giving what it's supposed to be gave, right? So then, y'all, he replied to me. He said, well, then why the heck did you go on a date with me in the first place? You don't make no damn sense. And respectfully, I never saw you as a woman. I wanted a man, not a man who wanted to be a woman. I really never found you attractive. And to be honest, I saw this was never going to work out in the beginning when you asked me to move with you. Like, it was our first date. You freaking clueless on dating. So goodbye. And then I said, have a nice day. I'm more of a man than you, respectfully. And yeah, I left it at that. So let me, conclude to the little thing. I know exactly what I want. And when he said that, I'm like, you saying, oh, you're so beautiful, this and that. I know I'm beautiful. This is exactly why I say don't call me beautiful, because I know I'm beautiful. The reason why I say I know I'm beautiful, when I take off all this makeup, I can look at myself in the mirror and be like, Alizea, you might be looking a little dusty, but at least you 10 toes down when it's time to get 10 toes down. Like, hello. I'm very beautiful in my own skin because I'm very comfortable in my skin. I am a black trans woman. So when somebody says, oh, well, you're still a man, you are a man trying to be a woman, I know that. I'm not stupid, honey. I'm a trans woman. I don't want to be no woman. I want to be a trans woman. I know that. I don't want to chop off my princess wine. I want to keep my 13-inch princess wine. I'm not stupid. I'm more of a man than you. My man meat is bigger than yours. If we're going to be real with you, hello. Because if you're such a man, you would show me your princess wine. And if you're such a man, you would know how to keep your gosh darn how do I say this? I don't want to, drag him. But like, if you're such a man, you will have your own type of motion. You will have your own apartment, not an apartment you're sharing. Because I know, yes, you want to split bills and stuff. But like the way that I look at it, I want my own stuff, and that's just the way that I look at it. Like, I know I'm being like hostile, but like, I don't know, like, I just want my own stuff. And I realize, like, this just shows your true colors. Because to be honest with you, if I was really keeping this going and going and going, you never saw me as a woman. Well, what was the point? What was the point of us talking? I know I'm not a woman. I am a trans woman. I'm not stupid. I was never born a woman. I'm a trans woman. When people always say you are not a woman, I'm not stupid, honey. I'm a trans woman. Put trans in front of it, girl. I'm not ashamed of being trans. I embrace everything about me being trans. I wouldn't want to be anything different. I could look at myself in the mirror and I could look at myself in the camera and realize sometimes it's giving clocky. What am I going to do? Beat myself up over it? I'm not a woman. I'm a trans woman. So when it gives man, it gives man. When it gives woman, it gives woman. Whatever it gives, that's what it gave. Hello? You're not getting no Scooby snacks for what you just said. Hello? Hang it up flat screen. And then you're saying I'm so clueless on dating. I know what I want on my partner. I know what I want to bring to the table. I know what I want in dating. I want somebody who can carry a conversation. I want somebody who has some type of emotion. I know I don't have a car, but eventually I do want to get a car. Eventually I do want to get on hormones. I know what I want. You get what I mean? And he doesn't know what he wants. He's so clueless. If you know what you want, you will hustle for it. People don't want to hustle for what they want. And that's why I realized this isn't going to work out. So that whole little situation happened, girl, and I hung it up, and I never texted him again, girl, because what you thought this was, like, girl, you thought you were gonna get a Scooby snack? Hello, no. But yeah, that stuff happened or whatever, and usually it'll beat me up and I want to cuss somebody out, but I unsent what I wanted to send. I almost typed a whole paragraph, but I didn't send it because I was like, there's no point in sit over here giving this guy my whole energy and cussing him out and stuff like that. There's no point in doing that because I'm secure enough in my own skin. I know what I want, and what's meant to be will be. And what's meant for me will be meant for me. You get what I mean? I'm not going to be here in San Antonio in a couple of months. So I realized maybe in Atlanta, Georgia, I'm going to find my dream partner. I'm going to find my dream job. I'm going to find my dream house. I'm going to find what's meant for me. I'm going to take time for me. So yeah, that's what happened with that little situation, that little situation that happened or whatever, girl. This is why we don't be talking to the boys or whatever, girl. No shade, girl. And this is a whole butch queen, girl. I tried to show y'all what he looked like on live, girl, but I can't find it or whatever. I do have the photo, but I ain't gonna show y'all, girl. That's messy, girl. But I hope y'all enjoy, girl. I gotta go. I just spilled this drink, girl, and I hope this didn't get on the monitor, girl. But I love you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know y'all thoughts and opinions on my story time or whatever, girl. Yes, I am coming back with the story time, so I hope y'all enjoy, girl. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye, loves.